Before OLEDs, before LCDs, there was a glow, warm, heavy, and mysterious, that flickered in homes across the globe. It powered televisions, defined gaming, and drove the computer revolution. This is the story of the cathode ray tube, the mighty ancestor of our digital age. Imagine a world where every screen hummed with electricity, where the TV wasn't just a window to the world, but a piece of furniture, where arcade cabinets cast a glow brighter than the neon signs above them. CRTs weren't just technology, they were culture, communication, and revolution wrapped in a vacuum tube. But today, they're vanishing, forgotten. So what happened? How did the glowing tube that ruled the 20th century disappear almost overnight? Our story begins in 1897, when German physicist Carl Ferdinand Braun developed a device capable of bending streams of electrons inside a vacuum, the cathode ray tube. Initially a scientific instrument, it was used to visualize waveforms, nothing more. But this invention would lay the foundation for something that would change the world: the moving image on screen. By the 1920s and 30s, inventors and engineers had turned this tube into the heart of early televisions. As World War II ended, CRTs exploded into the consumer market. The 1950s ushered in the golden age of television. In nearly every household, a bulky wood-framed CRT glowed like a domestic hearth. Families gathered not around the dinner table, but around a glowing glass screen. From news of the moon landing to the Beatles' American debut, history unfolded on CRTs. These weren't just entertainment devices, they became political tools, family rituals, and social glue. CRT televisions were both the product and the architect of mass media culture. While TVs shaped culture, CRTs found a second life powering the birth of video games. In 1972, Pong hit arcades, flashing on a CRT. Soon after, home consoles like the Atari 2600 and NES flooded living rooms, using the same tube tech. By the 1990s, CRTs were everywhere, guiding space shuttles, rendering 3D and CAD programs, and serving as the backbone of PC gaming. Fast refresh rates and natural motion blur gave CRTs an edge modern displays still struggle to replicate. They weren't just screens, they were experiences. Then everything changed. In the early 2000s, LCD and plasma screens appeared, lighter, thinner, and cheaper to mass produce. They didn't flicker. They didn't weigh 100 pounds. Consumers driven by sleekness and HD resolution left CRTs behind. Manufacturers shut down CRT lines by the mid-2000s. In just a few years, an entire industry, once dominant, was rendered obsolete. The glowing tube, once the heart of homes, became toxic waste and landfill filler. From king of the living room to forgotten relic. But CRTs didn't vanish entirely. In basements, arcades, and retro gaming rooms, they flicker on. Enthusiasts praise their low input lag, accurate colors, and authentic experience. For retro gamers and purists, nothing beats a Trinitron or PVM. A growing underground community buys, restores, and hoards these machines like treasure. Why? Because no modern screen feels quite like the real thing. The CRT's comeback isn't about nostalgia alone. It's about quality lost in the rush for convenience. The cathode ray tube is more than just a forgotten screen. It was a medium through which the 20th century saw itself. It shaped how we viewed war, peace, entertainment, and even identity. It brought us together and eventually faded away. But for a century, that glass tube wasn't just showing the world. It was the world. And for some, it always will be. If this glowing tube lit up your childhood, or you just discovered why it mattered, hit that like button and share this story. Subscribe for more deep dives into the lost tech that shaped our world. And tell us, do you still own a CRT? Or are you ready to go hunting for one?